Alrighty. We got us a bit of a problem. Wife was driving her 4Runner. Was this 2 days ago, and we've known that there was an issue. I've bled it a couple times, but her clutch pedal went to the floor and didn't come up. So she was having to put it in gear and hit that starter till it fired up, and then just take off and just start power shifting. Luckily for her, she's somewhat of a country-born country girl. We've been together for 20, almost 22 years, so taught her to be a, more self-efficient woman. But besides that, this is our runner. It's an 88. She's pretty clapped out. Oregon rig, but got a chunk of rust in there. They actually had to switch the battery over to that side, which is wrong. This was a 3.0 rig. Did a really crude 22R swap with some pretty bad motor mounts. That's some high quality fab work there. See if we can get a shot of them. There you go. Look at that. It's some quality hackery. But other than that, it is a nice body. This front end has been torsion bar cranked for so long, it kind of has pinched the suspension. The best they can get it is, I think it was like 2 degrees, cambered, cast, or whatever. Almost looks like a Ford Ranger going down the road, which is going to be bummer, smoking them new tires. That's why this thing's going to be straight axled. Well, at some point once I finish some other shit. But this is how kind of hammered everything is. Just a gnarly, rusty pile. It's been leaking all over the carpet for so long. We don't really even drive it all that much. So, got us a new, actually came with it, so we knew this was a problem. New master. Didn't have a bleeder, so I just bent up a brake line setup. Flared one end. Should work just fine. We'll get this bench bled. Get it put back in. Get the old lady to do some pedal action for me. And this is actually a pretty nice kit from Amazon. Never really done brake lines much, but when you're building a truggy, got to learn pretty fast. Did all, I think it's just copper coated, but focus. There we go. And on down, and then I weld a little tab there, and then I got braided out. Kind of the same thing, went across the firewall. Down over to another bracket. The back was kind of wild. Had to stretch that sucker through the cab, under the cab. Luckily got those little tabs from Barnes, which is pretty cool. Got solid to there, then a rubber into this solid piece down my upper link. And I got these cool brackets. I'm gonna do something better than a zip tie. It's gonna have to be like a nice metal clamp. But then I went steel braided outside of that. Couple pieces of solid. And then out to my discs. It's crazy the things you start learning when you build such a gnarly project. This is well beyond the caliber I've built in the past. Usually shitbox Toyotas. pretty easy to slap a Toyota together. You know, rear's up front, 63s in the rear. Throw a set of 40s with some chrome ollies and some lockers. Good to go, man. Thing will wheel just fine. Lucky for us, I got a Browns camp about 7 miles away. Actually going up Sunday. I'll film a bit of that. All right, enough of that guy. Back to this. So I'm going to bench beat that thing. Get it all put in there. Basically, fill up the reservoir. This is all tight. Start pumping your piston. Pump fluid out. Bubble up the air. Bled. Throw it in the rig and pop this guy off and put on the clutch line and done. I'll get back with you in a bit. There it is. Installed, new master. Didn't lose much brake fluid switching from the bleeder to the clutch line, but got a little bit, so I brake cleaned it really fast. Shit'll bubble paint in a hurry. Well, that's a wrap on the Clutch Master. She's a sweet little rig. That little 22R doesn't burn oil. It doesn't, go through coolant. Nothing leaks. Stock carb, not even a Weber. Couple pumps when it's cold and fires right up. If I wasn't wanting actual power, I'd probably stay with it. We went and harvested like 2 different 4Runners worth of interior parts and dash. Dash is hard to find. That's the gem in our lives right there. She's a good old girl. Well, it got late. Didn't film a whole lot about that. Got to clean up. It's like 11. I got to work tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll get in my, we call a little truck. Get in my wheeler, and it needs this guy. It's a TBI 4.3, and it likes to lunge on its own. It's just, as soon as I start binding up, trying to crawl a rock, it will just fuel and just take off on its own. And it almost put my old lady through the windshield last time. We just lunged and hit a rock, and she damn near went through the window. And I'm hoping this does it. I've rebuilt that throttle body a couple times, but this has been fully gone through. It's a totally different throttle body off of another 4.3. So we'll put that on tomorrow, and got to pull the header off and weld on it a bit. Once that shitbox Toyota is all fixed up, I'm going to put it for sale. So I can't keep wheeling it, breaking it, fixing it when I'm trying to build a buggy. Yeah, here's another thing I just finished a couple weeks ago. The cage in this berth actually cracked right there, and right there, and it actually looks like it went down all the way, which is a bummer because I'm running one stock shaft on the long side and a chrome ollie on the short side, so I'm a little nervous on 42s. Alrighty, get back with you tomorrow.